All right, so I have to ask the people online, where are you all? Are you all sitting at home right now? Are you all sitting at home? Because I got 4 people out of 20 that have shown up for this. And since my last video, I don't want to say it went viral, but I had like 1,200 views for this project. Kind of expecting some more people to be here today.
There's one more.
Okay, now we got 5. Okay, this is the most watched video last semester. Good morning. All right, let's get going, everybody. This is not an easy one. So, first thing I'm going to mention before we begin this project, you're probably all wondering, what is a macro? Because that's what we're going to be doing today. So with macros, you all know what keyboard shortcuts are by now, I hope. It's control, like A, B, C, D, E, okay. So with macros, you can create keyboard shortcuts, yes. Let's say that you have an Excel spreadsheet and you're going to do a bunch of different modifications to it. Let's say you have to do this like every month, okay? Like you're modifying this report, this spreadsheet every month. You're making the same exact changes to it every month. I'm telling you this because I did this in my job. And yes, it cut my work way down because of macros. Yes, people online, if you have heard this story already, shut your ears. But I took a 40-hour-a-week job and turned it into literally a couple-hour-a-week job, all because I was doing the same repetitive tasks all the time. So what a macro does is it memorizes everywhere you click, everything you do, every cell that you format, and you can create a keyboard shortcut that allows you to essentially perform all these tasks at one time with a simple keyboard shortcut. Now today, we're going to be creating keyboard shortcuts that are Control, Shift, and a letter, because all the control keys are already spoken for. Now, the instructions are going to tell you not to do this. I am going to tell you to do it, because this is the practical part of this. I'm going to tell you to do it because when it asks you to test a macro, all you have to do is the control, the shift, the letter, and it performs the series of commands recorded through the macro. So that's why, that's the big part that I want you to get out of today, is that for the practical aspect of this, again, if you have to do the same thing every single month to a spreadsheet, macros are extremely important for that purpose. All right, that was my opening 3-minute monologue. I am done with that. Yes, let's get into it, everybody. Download the start file, please. People online, don't worry. My face is in the other corner, so you will not be obstructing your file this time. We're going to obviously open the file. Oh, okay, so hold up. So after we open the file, let's see, is this the one that says security warning? Ah, what should I click now?
Enable.
Enable! This is like our 9th project, right? Only one file today, everybody. 8.1, the most watched video from last semester. All right, you will notice on this spreadsheet there are 2 tabs. There's a tab that says Stats, and there's a tab that says Documentation. Now, when we get to the Documentation tab, all we're going to be doing is typing. Or, if you like copying and pasting, you know that we can paste up in the formula bar up at the top of the screen, and it will paste it in for us. I'm actually expecting you to do a lot of pasting today, because yes, there is going to be some typing you're going to have to do in the second part of this. All right, here we go. So here's our sheet. Here we go. Let's do this. So we opened it, yay. Okay, everybody, hold on a second. The only thing I want you to do for number 2, so my students have told me that the security settings are just fine in Excel on all these machines, so I'm not going to have you do the security settings, but I am going to have you add the developer tab, because I know for a fact you don't have, I do, but you don't have the developer tab, correct? It's after view, no? Right, here's the fastest way to add it. Are you ready? Up at the top of the screen, your quick access toolbar. People at home, I'm way up here at the top of the screen. Here's how you add the developer tab. I did my 3-minute monologue so that the people that showed up later could get to this point, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So there's a button up here in your quick access toolbar on the green bar at the top. That's literally looks like the more arrow. Go ahead and click that button. All right, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down here to more commands. Go ahead and click on more commands. You guys will let me know when you get there. You just have to open the file, and all I'm doing is at the top, I'm clicking the more button, and I'm coming down to more commands. Because we're gonna add the developer tab now. So please let me know when you get there. Everybody else, go ahead and click more commands. I'll keep moving when we're ready here. You good? Okay. So let's click more commands. And you get this dialog box. So on the left-hand side of the screen, you will see Customize Ribbon above Quick Access Toolbar. So that's the fastest way to get to the Customize Ribbon screen. I'm just letting you know that. All right, so which checkbox do you need to check over here if you want to see developer? The one that says what? Right side. You're going to check the checkbox next to developer, and you're going to click OK. So just make sure that all these are checked. Well, let me know when you're ready. This side, good. I try not to say names when I'm doing the shows here. Everyone on this side good? Yes? You guys are good? My back row, you okay now? All right. So you gotta make sure you see this developer tab up here. I'm gonna go ahead and click on the developer tab now before we even continue, so that you can see what it looks like and what's inside of it. So here's the developer tab. As you can see, it has 4 different groups. We are not going to be touching add-ins, and we are not going to be touching extensible markup language. We will be working with the code group and the controls group out of those 4. Because yes, we're going to create buttons. All right, so that's all of step 2. Step 2 is finished. Don't worry about the Trust Center settings. Everybody has already, that uses these computers, have already confirmed that disable VBA macros and notification is turned on. So let's move on. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, everybody. And this is the tricky part of this. You have to save the file as a macro-enabled template, otherwise you cannot create macros. Yes, you cannot create macros unless this file is saved as a macro-enabled template. So here's how we're gonna do this, everybody. File tab, save as. It's file tab, save as. Downloads folder. Make sure you're in the downloads folder. And we're only going to change one thing here, everybody. We're only changing one thing. We're just changing this. Save as.
PC?
What's that?
To this PC?
Yeah, and you should see a downloads folder. If not, you got to click browse and find your downloads folder.
I got it.
Let me know when you get there.
All right.
All right, we're changing only one thing. We're changing the type. So we're changing Excel workbook here to, where is it? Ah, it's the second one for me. Excel macro enabled workbook. Let's go ahead and change that. So it should say this now. You should see no files here because we don't have any macro enabled workbooks. Good. You guys can click the save button once you've done that. Go ahead and click save. Let me know when you're ready. You're just going to click save here after you change this to macro enabled workbook. Just click save. All right. Okay. All right, everybody. So now we have saved it as a macro enabled workbook, which means that we can create macros now. Again, you can't do that unless you save it as a macro enabled workbook. So, and that's to create macros, everybody. To use macros, it doesn't have to be a macro-enabled workbook. It can be any workbook. But to create them, you have to have it saved as this type. Okay? That's the reason we're doing that. And that was step 3. All right, let me know when you're ready down there, and we'll go on with step 4, which just starts to be, all right. So I'm just letting you all know this. When we're recording macros, it records every step you take. And I've had students royally mess this up and they have to go back and do it all over again. So I'm gonna go very, very slowly through the recording piece, and I would like you to do the same, because yes, it does matter where you click. It very, very much matters where you click. So we're gonna do this very, very carefully. Now, the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the Developer tab, and we're gonna click the Use Relative References button. So we're gonna come to the Developer tab, over here on the left in the code group, make sure that this is illuminated, Use Relative References. Make sure that that's turned on. Right, you're gonna see why we have to do this. We're gonna do it one way with relative references, one way without. You're gonna see the difference between the two. So here we go. We haven't recorded a macro yet. They just want us to click on cell H1. Do not double click it, single click H1. I know, I'm looking at the camera a lot today because like 1/4 of the class is here. All right. And if I could give them all extra credit, I would, but that's not how it works on Thursdays. Okay, you should want to be here. Okay, here we go. You clicked once on H1, no double clicking. We're single clicking H1. Do not have the cursor flashing in here. If it's flashing, get out of it and then click back on H1. All right, here we go, everybody, macro time. Now, you'll notice that when we put a macro name in, look at this, everybody. There's no spaces in macro names. They're all literally one word, but it's called camel casing. So we're going to put capital D on date, capital S on stamp. Of course, you can copy and paste this if you want. So here we go. Record macro button up here. Everybody make sure you have this turned on. I have to say this several times. All right, clicking once on record macro. Here we go. Oh yes, and for your information, there's 2 places you can click to record the macro. I'm going to do this on both sides of the room. The first is up there in the Developer tab. The second, don't worry, other side of the room, I'll show you. The second place you can record the macro is that there's a little tiny button down here next to the word ready. Now, when we stop the recording, you're welcome to click down there to stop the recording. And you'll notice that that icon will change. This icon here will change. Once you start recording the macro, this will turn into a stop button, like a square. So you can do recording macros from down in the bottom left corner. You can also stop the recording from there too. So say we're in another tab and we're still recording the macro, you can stop it down there instead of going up to the Developer tab again. All right, here we go. Our macro name is date stamp. Date stamp. Now, they don't want you to do the shortcut key, but I do, because this will make your life easier later. So after you put in date stamp, we're going to click here in shortcut key. Make sure your cursor is flashing in shortcut key. You're going to hold down the shift key. You're going to hold down the shift key. And I'm going to call it letter D. I'm going to type D like that. And it turns it into Control Shift D. I'm going to let go. I'm doing D because it's the first letter of date stamp. If you're wondering why I chose that letter, you can pick whatever letter you want, but I'm picking D. All right. So here we go. We also have to put a description in, I think. Let me see, what do the instructions say? So that was C, that was D, E. This workbook's already slow. Ah, here it is. Insert date text. Again, you can just copy this and just paste it in. If you don't know how to do copying and pasting, please Google that. 9 projects in. I don't think I have to ask you. I have to ask you. All right, so this is what it should look like before we click. Now, keep in mind, once you click OK, it's recording everything you click. So I just want to make sure we get this set up for the first one. I think we only have to do 2 of these, so it's not going to be bad. We used to have to do 3, and it was brutal. And yeah, and obviously, the publisher listened to my weird demand, my weird comments. It was horrible. They're making you basically create a macro that in Microsoft Access, it takes you 1 click to do the same thing in Access. It was horrible. Okay. Let me know when you guys are ready. I'm just relaxing. I'm not doing anything. I'm just hanging out. Just hanging out. All right. So now, once you click OK, everything starts recording. So I'm going to go very slowly through this. And you click OK. Now, how do you know that it's recording? Up top in the developer tab, it now says stop. Don't click on that. It now says stop recording. So that's how you know it's recording. Bottom left corner, I told you that, it turns into a square. Bottom left corner, it now has the square next to ready. You can stop recording. Not yet, but when we're ready. So we're starting with cell H1. That's why we're still there. So here we go. We are going to type the letters equals TO and press enter like this. Equals TO, and then you're going to press enter, which puts the today function into cell H1. So equals TO, enter.
We put a P where?
Uh-oh. Does yours all say name though?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna click back on H1. Let's do this, everybody. Click back on H1. Click after your equals TO. Keep typing it, and this time double click today. And press enter. Just press enter if you see this. That's what I needed to do. Why am I listening to? Oh, it did say select today. My bad. Okay, so don't worry about that. If we had to do it twice, we had to do it.
Wait, what do we do? Mine says name.
Click it.
Yeah, you're supposed to double click today and then press enter. No, that's beautiful, beautiful. Okay, thank you. All right. You got your date in there? Okay, let's keep going. So, you're like, but Nick, it's gonna like error out and then go back in, and don't worry about that, everybody. Trust me, that's gonna have no impact on your final score in this project. I promise you. I promise you. All right, here we go. We're now in H2. Now it says press the up arrow one time. So that's on your keyboard, there's arrows. Push the up arrow one time like this. And it gets you back on the arrow, yes, it gets you back on the date. Now, they want you to do this, everybody. They want you to copy it, but hold on, they want you to copy it, but when you're pasting, they don't want you to paste the equals today, they want you to just paste the date. So to do that, we have to go to paste options and paste values. So I'll show you how to do this. We're gonna do steps H, I, and J all together right now. So Control C to copy. You should see the dashes going around H1. Oh good God, mine says, why does mine say create event? Does yours say that?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to arrow down to H2. There we go, I got rid of it. Arrow down to H2. Okay, now when we paste, we do this, everybody. Watch. I'm going to right-click H2. And under paste options, the one we're going to choose, everybody, is values. Or wait. Wait. It is paste values. That's what they wanted us to do, right? Yeah, that's paste values. That's the right button. Let me do that again. So it's this one right here under paste options. It's values. Go ahead and click that. So does it say 45,743?
Yes.
Do me a big favor, everybody. Click on your home tab. We learned this in a prior chapter. Change general to short date, please. Because then it should translate that number to a date. Did that work?
Yeah.
It did? Thank God. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So everybody, that 45,743, go to your home tab and change this to short date. Yay. Okay. Whew. All right. Now, that's the most issues I've ever had with this. We don't have to press escape because the dashes are no longer around H1, right?
Nope.
Okay. All right. They want us to stop recording. So stop recording. Oh, developer tab or bottom left corner. Click on Developer tab, so we're going back there again, and stop recording. Okay. Well, that was fun. All right. So next, we're going to turn off use relative references, so go ahead and turn that off. All right, now, delete the contents of H1 and H2. So we're going to just delete these. We're going to get rid of those. Now, it wants us to test the macro. Everybody, all I want you to do right now is I want you to do Control Shift and what letter? D. So Control Shift, you hold both down at the same time, press D. And there you go. I know, this looks goofy, but
What'd you do after you turned off the?
oh, I deleted the stuff out of H1 and H2. Yeah, I just deleted it. And then, yeah, just delete it. And then I did Control Shift D. Yep, Control Shift and then D. Yep, that works.
Okay.
Look at you go. How come I can't see the top of
I
your
know.
spreadsheet?
I don't know, he did that. He started doing it to us. Yeah.
Scroll up.
I am.
What did you put?
All right,
What'd you put as the thingy?
so everybody, go ahead and delete. Go ahead and delete those again. We were just testing them out. Go ahead and delete them again. Just get them out of there. All right. And by the way, I did mess that macro up, but don't worry, you're not going to lose any points over this. Because at the end, we're not submitting the macro-enabled template, we're submitting the regular Excel workbook. So yes, you'll be just fine. All right, let's keep going. Our second macro that we're going to create today is going to, you're going to love this one, is going to nest a function inside of a function. You're like, wait, what? Yes, we're going to nest a function inside of a function. And so that's what the sort unique one that we're going to create is. And for this one, everybody, I'm going to do Control Shift U because I don't want to do Control Shift S because that's too close to the save one. So I'm going to do Control Shift U for this one. So here we go. Confirm that use relative references is turned off. Mine is turned off. Yours should be as well. And now we're going to go to record macro. Let me know when you're ready up front here. Okay, we're going to run a record macro again. Make sure this is turned off, everybody. Use relative references is off for this one. Record macro. All right, so this one is called sort unique. Remember, no spaces in your macro names. People at home, if you're watching, yes, I goofed that first one up, but don't worry, if you watch the whole video, you're going to see how to get the 100%. All right, I'm going to do Shift and U for this one. And then my description, since this is our second macro, display contractors for this period is my description. I copy and paste it in so I don't have to type it. But this is our second one. Let me know when you're ready, please. And then we'll start the second one.
Soft unique and the macro name. And then the display contractors in the description. And the shortcut Shift U.
Oh, good. We are only creating two. Okay. Because this one, this one's very, very specific in what we need to do. So. Yeah, forget the shortcut key. We're creating shortcut keys. All right, let me know when you're all ready, please. Good in the back, good over there. You're good? Okay, so this is where you should be right now. So sort unique. We We did Shift U, display contractors for this period, and then click OK. Now it really matters where we click. So I'm going to click OK. The instructions say click once on I-5. That's not 15, that's I. So here's I, here's 5. I'm going to click once right here. And yes, it matters where you click. Now, the good news is, and I believe this is the one we're going to change later, we're going to end up changing where this starts off later. Right now it's in I-5. All right, here we go. You really need everyone to pay attention to this one. Okay, here we go. In I-5, we are going to create a sort. We're going to use the sort function, and inside of there, we're going to embed the unique function. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to go to the Formulas tab. Formulas tab. Under Lookup and Reference, we're going to choose Sort. So here's Lookup and Reference. And we're going to choose Sort. That should bring up the function arguments dialog box for sort. Let me know when everybody's ready. Yes? Okay. All right. Now's where it gets more complicated. So, we're in our function arguments for sort. I said we were going to embed what? Another one, right? So here's unique. So watch how we do this, everybody. You have to do this a specific way. It wants you to click the name box arrow, choose more functions, and then find unique. Here's how we're going to do it. Ready, everybody? So with your cursor flashing here in array, the name box is all the way up here in the upper left corner to the right of the formula bar. Right now it says sort. We're going to click that drop down arrow. We're going to choose more functions. Mine says more almost functions as the start of it. Go ahead and click that. Then we're going to search for unique. I'm just going to type in unique. I pressed enter after I typed unique in here. So here it is. And if we found it, what are we going to click on? Okay. So I just typed unique, pressed enter, it pops up, and then just click OK. You know when everybody's ready. Because you should now see function argument for unique. So you notice up in the formula bar it says sort, parenthesis, unique, parenthesis, and then the two closing parentheses up there. That's what you should see right now. Okay, let me know when everybody's ready and I will proceed. Now to step I. Step J. Let me know when you're ready. And no, folks, online, this is not a Java class. I drank a lot of Java today. It was great. It was very tasty. People trolling my show. Okay. All right. People trolling my show. Are you ready? Okay, so at this point, we're going to select cells B5 through B32. So let me get back here. So with your cursor flashing an array, we're going to go B5 down to B32. So here's how we're going to do it. Just put your pointer in the middle of B5. I'm just going to drag down to B32, which is right here. Do not drag past that. And now it says table 1 contractor.
As you get to the function arguments.
Well, look, you're already there. Just put your pointer on B5 and drag down to B32. Yeah, straight down there. Yeah, you got it. Sweet. You're right where I am now. Okay. So you'll notice it says table 1 contractors. That was the contractor data that we just selected. So next, Check it out, everybody. They want you to click on the word sort in the formula bar to return to its dialog box. So here's how you do that. Just come up here to the formula bar and click on the word sort. Just click somewhere inside the word sort up here. Just have your cursor flashing up there and you'll see it. Okay, so now it says unique table 1 contractor. And you notice that it has all the different contractors in there now. And we're done, so we're clicking what?
Okay.
Okay. And we're gonna click OK. Ooh, look at that. Notice what it did? Populated all the unique contractors. So that's how you do that. All right, we're gonna stop recording now. Remember, it's either up here in Developer, you'll stop the recording, or down here in the bottom left, like I just did, and click on the stop button. All right, next up. Are you already on I5? I'm already on I5. Are you on I5? Just press delete on your keyboard, not backspace, delete. The other one. Gone. Okay. Now, check it out, everybody. Now, it doesn't matter what cell you pick for this, everybody. You don't have to pick A3. You can pick whatever cell you want. I'm gonna pick Q15.
Yeah.
And it's Control Shift what? Control Shift U. Control Shift U. Bam, puts it right back in I5. So when we turn off use relative references, it doesn't matter where you're at in the sheet. When you use the keyboard shortcut, it sends you back to I5 again. Control Shift U. It should repopulate everything in I5 down.
It popped up the dates on mine too. Was it supposed to do that?
No, we deleted those. Yeah, you can.
So watch.
Oh, we created a second macro. You should have 2 macros. Did you do it all in one macro? Click macros up there. Oh, no, you're good. You got both. Here, close that. Do Control Shift U again. Control Shift and U. Yeah, that's right. You're good.
No.
You're good. You might have done Control Shift D because with that, when you have use relative references, wherever you are and you do the other one, it's gonna do whatever we did originally in H. Right, that looks good, everybody. No, this is not Excel 95. I remember Excel 95.
I'll delete.
All right. Good work, everybody. Now let's go to the next part. Oh, I want you to delete the contents again. So press delete again. Some of you are like, we haven't saved this yet, Nick. Well, don't worry about that. We're going to keep going. All right. Here we go, everybody. You're going to love this next part. So now we're going to create buttons for the 2 macros that we just created. Okay, we're going to create buttons for these. So I want you to envision what a button looks like. A button is usually what shape?
Round.
A rectangle. Thank you. So when we're making these, when we're sizing these and making these bigger or whatever, just make sure that they're rectangular in shape. Now, after we create the buttons, the project's going to have us align the buttons. So it doesn't matter what size you make your buttons, we're going to be aligning them and changing the size anyway, all at one time. So here we go. I'm going to go very slowly through this. So in the first button, I want you to create the first button in cell J2. So here's how we're going to do this. This is A and B. We're doing A and B together. Actually, we're doing A, B, and C all together. So here we go. Developer tab. Controls group. Insert. It's the very first one. It's the very first one right here. Okay, button, form control. Click on it one time. You'll notice your pointer turns into a what? Yeah, a tiny, tiny, tiny cross, right? Or a plus sign, right? So here's what we're going to do next. That was step A. That was step B, but you notice they want you to click once on J2, like this, everybody watch. J2. So here's J2, I'm just gonna click there, like this. All right, what was the first macro that we were working with? Which of the two? Date stamp was the first one that we created. And if that's the one I want, what do I click?
Okay.
Okay. Does it want us to do okay? No. Yes, it does want us to do okay. Okay, all right. Clicking okay. So yours says what? Button, right. There really is a number next to it. So here's what we're gonna do. If you want to be able to see what you're typing, you can make this bigger. You notice that there are little handles around? Those are little handles, like this. So if you want to make it a little bit bigger, you can make it bigger so you can see what you're doing. Mine says button 1. Now, they want you to right-click the button control and choose edit text, but check this out. If I put my pointer in the middle of the button, my pointer turns into a what?
Arrow.
Turns into like an insertion point if I put it in the middle here, right? Just click once inside of here. Get rid of button 1. And we're gonna type in stamp, space, date. Stamp, space, date. That's a lot easier than right-clicking. I try to avoid right-clicking because look, they wanted you to right-click like twice for that. You didn't have to do that. All right, once you are done typing, just click somewhere. Just click somewhere. Click anywhere. Just click out of it. Let me know when you're all ready. Good? Good in the back? Good over here? All right, let's do the next one. We're gonna do the same thing we just did. We're gonna create another button. This time we're gonna assign it the sort unique macro and contractors. And this time we're doing J5, everybody, J5. So here we go. Once again, insert up here in the controls group. First form control button. Turns into a plus. Click once on J5, somewhere inside of J5. Remember, we're gonna be realigning these and everything in just a few moments. So it doesn't matter how big or small you make these buttons. So click once in J5. Click on sort unique. And click OK.
Hold sort unique. I typed in soft.
You're right?
Yeah, I just gotta
Good? Okay.
change the name.
Again, the good news is, I'll admit I messed that first one up, but it's not going to impact your grade. So click OK. It says button again. So what are we going to do? We're going to make it bigger.
Let me see something. Yes. J5. Where did it go? You said plus 2. Oh, you think that would cost me lose?
Nope, click cancel.
I hope so.
Nope. Do Control Z. Right click it. Right click stamp. You can click on edit text. It's supposed to be stamp date. So take that handle here, the bottom, yeah, and drag it, yeah, there you go. Oh, you already got it. So just click out of there. Click out of there.
Okay.
And go up to insert again. Yep, first button. J5. Go to down to 5.
What I missed.
That's I, that's J, okay. Sort unique, and okay.
Okay.
And now for this one, again, you're gonna make it bigger. So you did sort unique for the second one, right?
I got a question.
And then okay.
So like, you know how it's supposed to be sort unique? I typed in soft unique. Would it, if I went back and changed it, would I like lose?
I don't think you're gonna lose any points over that.
Okay.
So again, we're gonna make that button bigger so we can see what we're typing. We're gonna just make that button bigger. And we're gonna put in contractors.
Okay.
So that was step H. Now, as I said before,
Mine say button 3.
yes, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Let's make sure.
It could say button 182 for all I care. We're still changing it to contractors. I've had people go, how did I get button 8? And I'm like, because you clicked it probably 8 times. It's okay. And so all we're looking for, besides, I don't think we're turning this in with the stamp date and contract. You'll see what we're doing in a few minutes. All right. Again, we're just creating these. This is in the course competencies, by the way. Learning how to do this. So here we go. All right, so hold on. So while you're here, I didn't tell you to click out of here. You should still be inside of here. If you're not inside of here, right-click the button and do Edit Text. Your pointer should still be flashing in Contractors because I did not say to leave it. Okay, now, everybody take your non-mouse hand. Oh, let me know when you guys are ready up front here. This is kind of an important step. Oh, 42 minutes in, are we gonna finish this thing?
Just staring at me.
All right,
I'm not staring.
He's like this.
let me know when you guys are ready.
The chair was turned.
No, listen. I'm still facing like this.
Breaking your neck.
Okay, now, you're still inside of that button. You're gonna hold down the control key with your other hand. Hold down the control key. Mouse hand. I'm going to right-click the stamp date button so that they're both selected. Then I'm going to let go of my control.
Both of mine don't select.
Because you're not pressing control.
Okay, hold down control,
Oh.
and then right-click the other button here. There you go. Now they're both selected. Right-click. Okay, let it. If they're both selected and they both have handles around them, don't touch anything. Yes, that's what you're supposed to see. Okay, if you don't see the menu, don't worry about that. Just make sure they're both selected. What are you doing? Okay, stay. All right. Next. We are going to align and resize the 2 buttons. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to come up here to the Shape Format tab that appears up here. So we're going to click on Shape Format. And then we're going to do Align Left. So click the Align button up here and Align Left. Now the 2 buttons are aligned to the left. Next. We're going to change the height and the width. The height is going to be 0.45. The width is going to be 1.25. So come up here to height, just type in .45, press enter, and then click in width, 1.25, press enter. So it didn't matter what size you made those buttons, we're changing them to a uniform size of 0.45 for height and 1.25 for width. And this is what it should look like. If yours have slight variation, whereas to where they are within the cells, don't worry about that. All right. Okay. So hold on, everybody. They want you to, are both of you still selected like this? Are they still selected? So now they want you to drag them so that the stamp date is in the upper left corner of J2. All you have to do is this, everybody. Put your pointer like this on stamp date. See how it's a 4-way arrow right here inside of the button? We're going to drag it. Hold down your left mouse button and drag it like this. And just put it somewhere like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just hey, Contractors isn't in J5. All right, something like that. Just get it close enough. I don't think you'll be docked any points for that. All right, they want you to click any button to deselect the controls. Just click anywhere. All right, now, still have some major work left to go here. We're going to be here the whole time, so we got 30 minutes to go. Here we go, everybody. So that was step 9, step 10. Now we're going to edit. Now remember what I said earlier. In the contractors one, when it was in cell I5, it was actually supposed to be in H5. So what we're going to do this time is we are going to manually edit using the Visual Basic for Applications window, the VBA window. We're going to change one letter. We're going to change I5 to H5. And it is a capital H, not a lowercase h. So here's how we're going to do it. All right, Developer tab. Developer tab. Well, if we're going to go into the VBA window, which button should I click on that's on the left side of the ribbon? The one that says
Visual Basic.
Visual Basic. Let's open up our Visual Basic window. This is going to scare some people. All right, it looks like this. Now, what I'd like you to click on next is we're going to click the plus next to this modules folder over here on the left. We're going to click that, and you will see module 1. Go ahead and double click module 1. You should see something like this. Yep, and you're going to click the plus next, that's, yep, right there. There, double click module 1. Beautiful. Beautiful, you're almost all there. Okay, beautiful. Oh, you got it in separate windows. That's nice, I like that. Okay. All right, so again, all we're changing here, down here where it says I5, right down here, we're just gonna change that to an H. That's all we're gonna do. Boop. And congratulations. So you're just changing the I down here to an H. That's it. So, if that's all we're gonna do, you know the old floppy disk button that's way up here? Upper left corner, floppy disk button? Go ahead and click on that to save it. Or Control S saves it. Control S saves it, make sure you save it. I believe we are all done. Yeah, we're all done with that window. So, everybody, when you are done with this window, you click the X up here, up at the upper.
H.
We just changed this right here from I to H, right here. That's it, one letter. It was just one letter.
Close it.
Let's save it. Control S. Yes. Close it when you are finished. Up here, upper right corner. Takes you back here. All right. So that was A, B, C, D, E. That was it. That was all we did. We're done. We're done with that. When you're done, save it, Control S. Not the rest of you. Save it.
I did.
Okay, then you close this one. Yep. Okay. Save it, close that one. All right. Next, we are now going to document the macros. So again, everybody, here's the documentation tab down here at the bottom of the screen. And it looks like this. All you're gonna do is you're gonna make this sheet here look like this figure here, figure 8-42 in your instructions. I'm gonna do this relatively quickly, but you wanna make it look like this. You see this, everybody, in your instructions? You gotta make it look like this, starting with cell A3. So here's A3. I'm gonna type the word name, and I'm gonna push tab. B3, I'm gonna type purpose. I'm gonna push enter. In cell A4, I'm gonna type the word date stamp.
No space.
No space in date stamp. Oh, you can make these wider. You can make these wider if you want. Now, purpose, I'm not going to actually type that in. Remember, when you're pasting, you paste up here in the formula bar. Otherwise, it will be red. Then now in B5, you're gonna put this in, assign to the date stamp or stamp date button. Again, you're pasting up here. So you notice that that's in B5 for that second one. Then I'm gonna come down to A6. Oh, it's not A6, A7. And A7 is sort unique.
So nothing in the 6?
Nothing, yeah, right, nothing in row 6. That's correct. This stuff used to take 15 minutes alone for people, but until I started telling them, hey, you can just copy and paste it in. So that's what it should look like after you copy and paste in. So again, name and purpose in A3 and B3, date stamp in A4, the 2 lines of text in B4 and B5, sort unique in A7, and the 2 lines of text in B7 and B8. And of course, it still doesn't look like this. So now it says, apply all borders to cells A3 through B8. So I'm just gonna put my pointer, middle of A3, drag down to B8. If you don't remember where all borders are, it's the Home tab. In the font group, all borders. Oh, and should name and purpose be bolded and centered? I forgot that, didn't I? So name and purpose should be bold and centered. As you can see, I saved it for now because I'm already in the Home tab. That's why I waited until now to do that part.
It's all borders, right?
Correct. A3 through B8. And then I went ahead and centered and bolded A3 and B3, since I'm already there at the Home tab. That, everybody, is what it's supposed to look like. Yeah? I'm just making it look like that.
I don't know why it's not displaying.
Oh, push enter. Enter. Yeah, you gotta click between the B and the C up here on that line. See the line between B and C? Nope, that's B. Between the B and the C.
Okay.
Double click. Double click. There you go. And then just make column A a little bit wider. Just put your pointer on there, on the line. Yep, just drag it that way a little bit. There you go. And then A3 through B8 should have borders. So you're gonna put your pointer on A3, drag down to B8, yep. Nope, middle of A3, and just drag down to B8. Yep, drag over down. Yep, and this way, and down. There, let go. You can click your borders button, and all borders. And then A3 and B3 need to be bold and centered, like mine. No, we don't double click when we do that. You just have to single click. Nope, click out of there. Just put your pointer in the middle of A3, drag over to B3. Yep. Control B, bold. And then your center button is right there. Yep. Bam. Center button's right here.
Thank you.
All right. Looks good. Okay. I'll let everybody else catch up. Again, you're copying and pasting from the instructions. There's nothing in A6. It's A7. We're just making it look like the textbook. All right. And yeah, step G just says that we just want to make sure that you see the text in here. That's all that means. Oh, there's my bold. It was the last thing we were supposed to do. Okay.
What were the other 2, Nick?
What's that?
I just needed those last 2 to.
Yeah, they're in your instructions. I just copied and pasted from the instructions up in the formula bar. So you don't have to type all this stuff. All right, 20 minutes. We got this. We got this. We're at the last part. Should take about 15 minutes or so.
10 steps more.
All right, we're almost finished, everybody.
I know.
When you are done with this, you can click back on your stats tab.
Like 7
Sorry, people online, I've got some folks that are still trying to type instead of copy paste.
You should have been almost done. I'm on the last one.
Okay, so again, all you have to do to copy paste is, you're in the cell, you paste it up here. Way faster than typing. All right, so for those that have finished that, go ahead and go back to the stats tab. And then I will give you your instructions here in a moment. Because the good news is, everybody, this is the end of the project. Steps 12, 13, you're gonna have to type some stuff in. And running macros in the template, we're gonna do that. But here's the good news, everybody. That one that we messed up, remember the date one that we messed up? It's gonna put the dates in H1 and H2 at the end here. You'll see this down here at the end. We're just gonna delete whatever's in H1, we're gonna delete and just keep the date in H2. So again, does not matter how I messed that up. The end result, we're not submitting the macro. We're not submitting the macro at all. We're just gonna submit a regular workbook. So the macros are not going with this at the end. In the old days, I used to be able to cheat the whole thing and not do the macros at all and just put whatever they wanted as the final product, and I would always get 100%. Of course, I never showed the students how to do that, but I figured out how to do it. Everyone's like, you mean I could have just typed all this stuff and it would have, yes, that's how you would have got around it. Well, I'm not supposed to teach you that part. That would be unethical of me to do, so I do not do that. I'm just letting you know, though, you could have done that. All right, guys. I know you still have a lot of typing, but we gotta finish this thing.
I'm just finishing it up right now.
Okay?
Good. I'm gonna get a bad grade on this.
Because this next part is not exactly easy, but the good news is we're done with the macros.
For the first
We're
time.
done with the macros piece. So all we're doing is this final piece.
on everything.
Okay, everybody else, let's go ahead and do this. I know you guys will catch up. They want you to select and delete cells A5 through F32 on the stats sheet tab, this sheet tab right here. So select and delete cells A5 to F32. So here's A5, all the way down to F32. And I'm gonna press the delete key. Boop. No, it's all gone. It's all gone. All of our data.
What number is Nick?
It's all gone.
I already caught up.
All the data from A5 down to F32, which is the very last cell. Yep. Very last cell.
Oops.
Yep. And press delete, not backspace. Yes. Ah! Don't worry about that documentation sheet. We can take care of that after we get finished with this. I can stick around a little extra if I need. Okay. My daughter can wait today. I hope you're not watching this. You should be in class. All right. Don't you hate having a dad that's a professor? You know what I ask every single day? Did you get your homework done? Did you get your homework done? Every hour. Did you get your homework done? Well, I'm not gonna do it if you keep asking me. All right, so, guess who has his homework done?
You.
Well, yeah, you gotta set an example. All right, so step C. Now, I don't know if you all remember this, we did this in another project. Remember that little tiny blue thing way down here in F32? If you click out of here, you'll see the little blue arrow thingy here. The resize arrow. So we're gonna take that resize arrow down there, and we're gonna drag it all the way up to F7, like this. Watch me. Put my pointer on it. It turns into a diagonal arrow. I'm gonna drag this up to row 7. There's row 7, and I'm going to let go. Now you will notice that the resize arrow is here in F7. Now, we've done this before in this class. Now they want us to select cells A8 through F32 and clear the formats. Would y'all like to know how to do that? I'm sure you would. Let me know when you guys are ready, because I gotta do this next step. So you should see the resize arrow now in F7. Bless you. We're now going to clear the formats from A8 to F32. Here's how we're going to do it. Put your pointer in the middle of A8 and just drag down to F32. To clear the formats, here's your review. Way over here in the editing group, way over here on the right side, there's a clear button. I'd like you to click clear and clear formats. And in your vehicles, you can click clear floor mats. Okay, whatever. All right, clear formats. You'll notice all the lines went where? They're all what? All the lines went poof. They're all gone. So clear formats. All right, click once on A5. Click once on A5, once on A5. People at home, I'm making this bigger for you. People watching online, coming up on 5,000 views. I appreciate you. You're like 250 this week, which was crazy. All right, we're coming up on 100 subscribers now too, which is even crazier. All right, so notice what it says in step 12F. What does it say on step 12F after you click cell A5? Save. Or control what? S. Nick, we're finally saving it? Yes, we're finally saving it. Does that mean we probably could have saved it earlier? Yes. Okay. So that was step 12. Now you get to enter some data. Control S is save. It's on your keyboard. Control S is in. Oh, cool. How did you do that? Wait a minute. Hold on. Put your pointer down here for me. That's cool. How did you do that? Oh boy. Okay. Can you do a Control Z? File. Oh no. That's not good. Uh-oh. Well, I know you did most of this. Can you open it? Hey, look, it's here. You're good. It's saved. Yay. I was worried there for a moment. Okay, you're in the same spot we're in now. All right, so everybody, look at figure 8-44. So you'll notice that this is what they want you to actually type in A5, A6, and A7. Look what it says. It actually wants you to type today's date in A5, type tomorrow's date in A6, type yesterday's date. They want those actual words in A5, A6, and A7. You'll notice the rest of the stuff they want you to put in. Smith Green, Minneapolis, Omaha, 38090. AAA Trucking, Chicago, Minneapolis, 41087. Miles to go, St. Louis, Fargo, 79585. So you're just going to type this stuff in. I'm going to speed this up. So I'm going to copy, type today's date. I'm in A5. I'm going to click up here in the formula bar. I'm going to paste it. And remember, you can make these bigger. Everybody, you can make these columns wider so you can see everything. My contractor is Smith Green. My origin is Minneapolis. My destination is Omaha. All I'm doing is pressing tab, by the way, everybody, when I'm going through these. 38090. Now when you press tab after F5, it takes you to A6. And that's where type tomorrow's date comes in. Again, you're pasting up here, not down in here. AAA trucking, Chicago, and because I'm lazy, Minneapolis for destination, 41087. Again, you might want to make your columns wider if you cannot see what you're putting in there. Click up here, paste, type yesterday's date, miles, is that lowercase to go? To go, St. Louis, Fargo, 795.85. Now I'm gonna leave it right there for a moment. 9 minutes to go. We've got this. We're in the home stretch. We are in the big time home stretch. Well, let me just check to see if they want us to type anything else. They do not. Oh, yes, they do. You like how they stuck in that last row at 14D? All right, when you're all here, when you get to this last cell, everybody, F7, with the cursor flashing next to the number 85, you're gonna click the check mark up here to the left of the formula bar. Just click that check mark. Because now they're going to want us to test the macros, or to run the macros by clicking the two buttons. And then remember what I said earlier, we're going to clear the date out of H1. We're going to delete the date, because remember it doubles the date, so we're going to just get rid of H1. We'll give everybody a moment to finish typing. How come those numbers don't look like numbers? You should have just typed. Oh, there's a space before the 3. In 380, there's a space. Get rid of that up in your formula bar. Get rid of that space before the 3. Up in your formula bar. Yep. Backspace. Again. Enter. That's what it's supposed to look like. Do the same thing for your 90. No spaces before the numbers. Everybody good over here? Everybody? Yes? Marshall's still working on it? Again, copying and pasting, great skill. Speeds things up.
My 90 won't go back anymore.
Yes, push enter. Okay. You gotta get the other two in.
Yeah.
Remember, you can copy and paste from the instructions. Copy, paste, copy, paste. We got 7 minutes to go, 7 minutes to go, 7 minutes to go. All right, everybody else who's ready? Everybody else who's ready? Go ahead and click once on your stamp date button, click once on your contractors button, like this. Click once, just click once on stamp date. Oh shoot, wait. Crap. Uh-oh, no, I didn't want to do it there. Uh-oh. Did that happen? Did that happen, everybody?
I didn't click it.
Would you like to know how to fix it? Did this happen to anybody? You want me to show you how to fix it? All right, here's what we're gonna do, everybody. I'm gonna fix it. Here we go. Ready? Here's how to fix it. We're gonna drag this. We're gonna drag this little blue arrow back up one like that. I'm gonna click here and type 85. Because that was the number that was supposed to be in there. So that's how. Wait. Back here. Hang on. Let me just change it back to general. All right. If this happens to you, change this back to general to make it 85. Now these right here, everybody, in row 8.
Oh my god.
Here, I can help fix it. Hang on, I'll be there. I'm just gonna delete row 8.
85.
All you have to do is right-click row 8 and just delete row 8 if that happened to you. All right, H1. That's where we're supposed to be before we click the button. All right. Hang on, do I need to help fix it?
I got it.
Got it back? Okay, great. Got it back, great. All right, click H1, everybody, before you click stamp date. Phew, man, we're right down to the wire. Oh, okay, so just right-click 8, right-click. No, right-click. No, right-click the number 8. Delete. Okay, click once here on the 327, type 85. Okay, click your check mark. And change date to general. General, first one. There you go. All right, now click H1. Okay, now click on stamp date. Now click stamp date. That's what it was supposed to do. What did I say about H1?
Delete it.
So click H1, delete. Okay, now you should be able to click contractors with no problem, like this. And it should show these three, AAA Trucking, Miles to Go, and Smith Green. Yes over here? Yes? Yes in the back row?
It logged him on SIMnet. It
All
logged
right, well,
him.
we got like 4 minutes to finish this, so I'm gonna finish it. All right, here we go. We're finishing this. So here we go. So work on yours, and I can help you toward the end here. So we're gonna click once on F7. Click once on F7. Press the tab key on your keyboard. So it'll give you a fourth row. Do not worry about the 0 that you see over here. Do not worry about that. We're gonna fix that right now. So here we go. Here we go. So this one is, type today's date. I'm gonna paste it up here.
Oh my god.
What?
I pasted in the thing and it showed up red.
You're okay. Just paste it.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I know.
You're good. All right, let's finish this. So here we go. This one's gonna be Nina Brothers. You'll notice that when you typed in Nina Brothers, it popped it in over here under contractors. That changed. Origin is Milwaukee. Again, you don't feel like typing it, paste it up there. Kansas City,
Oh my god.
565. Did you do it again? And 69. All right, then you're gonna click the check mark.
Shit piece of food.
All right. Yes, that was it. That was it. All right. So, now, this is what it's supposed to look like at the end, everybody. So at this point, let me know who's ready. We're done. We're finished with the project. So this is the last step. We have to save it as a what? A regular Excel workbook to be able to turn it in. So once you got it looking like this, you're gonna save it as an Excel workbook. So here's how we do that. File, save as, downloads folder. We're changing macro to regular workbook. And you're gonna click save. Mine says, do you want to replace it? Absolutely. And then it gives you this warning. This warning that says, so you're going to continue to save it as a macro-free workbook. So you click yes. And now, for the moment of truth. You don't have to hide the developer tab. We're going to keep it on there. Now we're turning in, everybody, we're turning in the one that says Excel worksheet, not the macro enabled. We're turning in this one right here. And I'll come help you in just a moment because it's time to go. My daughter's just gonna have to wait. There's the 13 points. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Ooh, I got 100.
That's right.
Is it out?
It's the, yeah, this
All right,
one.
everybody online? I know most of you weren't here for that whopping 13 points. You might not like me today, but you're gonna love me next class. So thank you all very much for watching. Peace out. Have a fantastic day.
Oh my god.
We'll see you on Tuesday for chapter 10.